Yes. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Rutland Town Select Board. This is September 23rd. I had to look. We've been here a lot lately, so I thought I'd just look and make sure. We have a full board tonight. Sharon Russell, Matt Getty, Mary Ashcroft, Joe Denardo, and Kurt Hathaway. So please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. We have two sets of minutes, select board minutes. Let's start with the September 9th regular meeting. Motion's been made to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I have one correction. And that's on page 3, where we're talking about the 250th anniversary invitation from the city. So, the second sentence where it says Selectman Getty will have an initial meeting with them. So it should be after discussion, selectmen Getty and Ashcroft as Rutland Town's intermunicipal committee will meet with their city counterparts. Others will be added as planning progresses. Is everybody okay with that change?
Sure.
Okay. Any other additions, deletions, corrections? If not, all in favor of the minutes of September 9th approved as amended, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, we also have minutes of the meeting of September 16th. This was our special meeting that we had to meet with town attorney.
Move to approve.
Motion's been made to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. It was a very brief set of minutes. Any additions, deletions, corrections? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay. Come here. Oh, here, you need this one. And the rest are what, Highway and Rec Committee, so we don't do those. All righty. Approval of orders is the folks had a chance to go through them and sign. Is there a motion? Thank you.
So
These contain, I will say, these contain some big payments. Our new cruiser is in there. Our $3 million to the school for their share of the first installment of taxes that have come in. And almost $400,000 for our bond payments. So those are fairly substantial. Motion to, did you just move to accept?
I did.
Okay, thank you. And seconded. Any discussion?
Just a smidge over 4 million.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. That's the bond payment?
No,
that's
no.
Oh, that's the
the
school
total.
payment.
Total
Okay,
orders is just over 4 million
all right.
plus payroll.
Okay, so. Yep. Any discussion? If not, all in favor of approving the orders, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Are there any board member announcements? Okay. Update from the select board chair. Hopefully you all looking at department heads got your circle articles in. So we'll be looking for a circle to come out in a few weeks. My article, I talked about some of the intermunicipal stuff that we're doing. I thought that would be a good way of, so hopefully. And there is an announcement from the folks at CFAC, Child First Advocacy Council. They are moving to a new location. They're going to be at the House Center, and they have invited us for their open house which is Friday, October 3rd from noon to 5:30 at the House Center, Building 3, Suite 217. So I know Ed has worked closely with these folks. Yeah. All right. So there it is. If anyone would like to go to that. Okay. Any questions from the floor or public comments from any folks who are not otherwise on the agenda? If not, we will hop into our order of business. One comment, we had talked about inviting, and we sent a letter inviting the BAI Diamond Run Mall folks to come in and talk policing tonight. Two of them are unable to. It's the first evening of the Jewish holy days. It's Rosh Hashanah. So they were not able to be here, but they are on our agenda for October 7th. So we'll see them then. Okay, Ed Dumas, Town Police Chief.
Get your permit, maybe the building will be gone by then.
We don't have too much today.
You got a new cruiser. What more could you want?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So, just a couple of things. One of our officers, Officer Jamie Placus, has been asked by the SOR sex offender registry people to put on a class on best practices for holding these people accountable.
Really good.
Work on this training, upcoming training, probably use the building or
Good.
post that.
Is it for the county or for?
It's for the state.
For the state.
It's
Excellent.
for command level people through agencies throughout the state of Vermont.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
He is very passionate about holding these people accountable. So
Okay, good.
kudos to.
Well, congratulate him for us. It's very nice.
And the other thing is I did get a call from Mr. Joe Anthony last week. I think he was in contact with Bill. And it looks like they did try to take care of the issues up at the plaza. I went there after I spoke to him. I didn't find, there was tents set up, but I don't think anyone was living in them at this point in time.
Okay,
One place someone was living, all the rest looked abandoned. But I think it's kind of like a moving target. I
Yeah.
saw a bunch going up there today, so it's just, until they fence it off, and it's going to be a problem.
yes. Yep.
Well, that's really all I have.
Okay. All right.
They didn't make the speed limit 40 miles an hour going up Woodstock Avenue.
Yeah, apparently there's been a lot of comment on Facebook about it.
I went up there today and it looks like, 40. That happened today, so.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Joe's going to have a report on that for us. So our portion is 40. And then it goes to 35.
No, it stays 40.
It stays 40. Okay.
Yeah. They were hoping that they could have got it to 35 when you went into Mendon, but
Yeah.
they were pretty tickled to get 40.
Yeah.
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 It's a start. So
It is.
There's a lot of businesses up there.
yeah. I think that one of the things that, and maybe this would pass on, Mendon needs to, and I know the state police are overwhelmed and understaffed, like probably all police departments, but that being a state highway, I think their presence up there would be useful. I think that would help some. I know that they've been here in Center Rutland, between here and West Rutland the last few weeks quite a bit, and I'm not sure. And that was one of the points that I made, is that we have this stretch of 4-lane highway, flat, 3 intersections, and the speed limit's only 40, and you have this narrow little winding section through Mendon that's 45.
Yeah.
That defies common sense.
Well, I heard you were very effective
I know.
pleading both towns' cases. I think Mendon would like to have you on their select board. We're not trading. Yeah.
It's too late to move now.
Nice job.
Yes, thank you.
Good. Anything for our chief or deputy chief? How's the new cruiser? It is
Good.
here.
It is.
Everything is in it.
it's here, everything is in it. And after some headaches with programming, I just told them, give me the program.
Mhm.
And they gave me the program and we got it fixed.
Okay.
So
Good.
it is good to go.
And the fingerprint machine is in and functioning.
Yes, it is.
Same way you use it.
Yes, it is.
Have you?
It
Yep.
has the opportunity to help some people out. Not that they want to be helped out. Fingerprint machine. So,
And the cruiser that one's gone, the other one, right? The one that was,
Yes.
Yes,
it found a
Yes.
new place to live.
yes, it did, unfortunately.
It better not be on a town roadside anywhere.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the ornament's still there too. So evidently the state doesn't take too much interest in cleaning up the beautifying.
No, they moved it today.
AOT.
Did
Oh, did
they
it go?
really?
Because it wasn't there yesterday morning.
One of our officers drove by, they're moving it as we spoke, so,
Oh.
V-Trans?
yes.
Okay.
So the gentleman from Middlebury who was so adamant about cutting and pasting and having fun with that. And the people who were complaining up there, I think they were a bigger factor than getting it moved than I was, to say the least. And
So-
Facebook,
That's what it takes.
yes,
Let that be a lesson to us.
yes.
Hey,
That's, this is a tourist state and that's not something we need folks to come here to look at the foliage or whatever. We have this stuff on the roadside of a major road, so. But I was surprised it was there that long, really. Been there for over a month.
It has. It's gone today, as of today. It's totally gone.
since we've mentioned it, the item number 2 in your packet is a letter from V-Trans concerning the speed limit review and the decision of the Vermont Traffic Committee. Oh, I see. They're retaining 35 miles an hour on US 4 in town.
Yep.
And then decreasing the 45 down to 40 once people 40 easterly to the Mendon town line. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's easterly to the Mendon town line. And then they sent the same letter to Mendon saying that they reduced it in their spot.
Portion that is currently 35 remains 30.
So, yeah,
Right.
the 35 stays 35 and
But the 45 is reduced to 40. Okay,
I think that, I don't know, it's just my own person. I think that if Mendon really had pushed for the 35 and didn't put either or either 35 or 40, I think they might have got it. I don't know. I think they were afraid that if they asked for 35, that the committee would come back and say, no, we're not going to do anything. Instead of them coming out with a compromise, would you be okay with 40? I think that's why they did
Bill,
that.
it looks like the
But it
second
was-
page of this is a certification that has to be, I don't know whether it has to be.
That's, if we want to record it, we can.
Yeah, okay,
And the right-hand half of that is V-Trans certification about the work
Okay.
being done.
okay. So we don't need to do anything further.
We don't.
Okay, very good. All right,
And it was interesting that the lieutenant from the state police who serves on that committee is the one that made the motion to lower that to 40.
good.
I think he was pretty impressed with Mendon's case.
Nice work, Joe.
Yep, they did a good job.
Okay,
Matt, to answer your question, I'm waiting on 2 left-handed holsters. We have all the right-handed holsters. We have everything else. I'm waiting on the lefties.
Just keep whacking them with a ruler.
Yeah.
think
So
that's
you
it.
actually have the guns.
Yes.
Just not the holsters.
Yes, and we have, like I said, we have all the holsters and everything
Wow.
else except
Can the right-handed ones be swapped out so nobody shoots themselves?
one already has.
Okay,
And swapped out.
Yeah, one's already been.
Thank you for
swapped
that
out.
clarification.
Yes, one's already been swapped out, not shot, thankfully.
Have you had a chance to use the new ones, the new weapons? Have you gone out? Have
One
you-
person has.
One has?
We have one swapped out so far,
Okay,
and we're gonna try to rotate through as quickly as we can.
So we get the hosters, we'll schedule something ASAP and get swapped over.
it's always something in it.
Yep, very much.
I did hear about somebody in the city getting shot in the leg with a cig.
really?
But they were cleaning the back of the truck out, fell out, hit the ground, shot him in the calf.
Well, closer than the other reports. Okay, so,
Probably best not to keep one in the chamber
I
in
might have
a
a
gun
picture of
that, does that, right? Basic gun safety. Do not chamber around
Mm.
on a faulty weapon.
Right. If there's nothing else, we should talk probably via email about setting up a police committee meeting.
Okay.
So, you know,
You have a time, October?
probably, yeah, because we got to start working on the budget. Yeah, we're running out of September, so yes. Okay. And Matt and I have to do a finance committee meeting too. Okay, if there's nothing else, thank you very much. Have a
Thank you.
good evening.
Thank you.
All right, Mike Rowe, Town Rec Director.
Good evening. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Lots of ingredients going into the rec stew lately. We had a committee meeting last week before your meeting. We're having another meeting next week. Things are going well. It's raining, so that's beautiful. Supposed to rain tomorrow, that's even better. And
Yes.
then really rain on Thursday, which is even better. I don't know if you want me to, either of you want me to talk kind of what happened in the past couple of weeks with that, or it's up to you,
Go ahead.
pool related.
Yeah.
So a couple things have met with two different entities, a pool builder and designer pool company. There's two or three in the New England area. I met with one of them who comes highly recommended. That was just on it was kind of weird how it happened, but it happened, and he traveled up from Connecticut or Massachusetts and met with us last week and gave us a nice starting point with which to think about. So that was great. I can elaborate more if you want. I'm not going to use names, not going to use anything in that regard. Then I met with the pool fixer, who is Pat Node, who has resurfaced our pool. I met with him yesterday, and he put us on the schedule for either the first or second week of April to repair what needs to be repaired in the pool. He felt it was probably a one-day job, but he won't know until he actually gets in there. But he was assuming that that's what it would take, but we are on the schedule to get fixed with the tiles that are coming off. So that was nice. Had good conversations with both. So I don't know if you want me anymore. I'll bring in when we talk about committee about a committee for a pool. To get the ball rolling, because it's a couple-year process and we have to spend a little to know what we're going to spend. So that needs to kind of happen to give us an idea, and we'll talk about it a little bit more committee, but we already had basically the discussion in our committee already. But just so you know that that's a discussion. And I'd like to at least start the process of forming a committee to see what it's going to cost, because as you know, every year it costs more and more and more and more and more. And that's just a cold hard fact. So we could wait and wait and wait and wait.
You'll
and
never
spend
catch
more and
up.
more and more and more. It's never going to get cheaper.
Never gonna catch
Never,
up.
never. But anyway, I would just like to plant that seed. We will bring that up in committee next time, and
Okay,
we'll present that probably next time and get the
Okay.
ball rolling a little bit. But I'm very encouraged by what I had talked to. Bill was there. Sharon was there. He seemed very nice. Like,
Yeah, because
Overly friendly.
he showed us where we could save money.
oh, I like that.
yeah, there was lots, but we'll
Okay.
filter that out and report that out next time. We're still waiting for state and fingerprint stuff, so we're on hold with that. Even though it's great to know that we can go up to the PD to get everything done and save people money and time, and that's just
Good.
awesome. Soccer's going well. You have a picture in your packet. I asked Bill to print a couple of pictures so that you could see the amount of cars, how well of a job we are doing at parking. By my count, and you don't know where there are other cars, but there's close to 100 cars there.
Hmm.
On both sides and down around the back. Very organized.
But
I
I
have
was-
one of the,
I was there.
I have one of the guards,
Thanks.
that is helping me turn over 60 cars an hour. And it works really well. A lot of compliments on our facility.
Good.
And on the back page is actually what it looks like when you have two games going on and parents are there. That's a picture of the fields with the games going on.
Even better if the grass would grow.
It would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
Looks a little crispy.
On that little crispy patch back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully this rain will at least soften it up a little bit. It's still gonna be brown, but at least it'll
Yeah.
soften it up for the kids a little bit. So we are quite busy. We have 2 or 3 more weeks of that up there. So if you get a chance, you want to stroll down, if you go into the dump, swing on down and just see how it's functioning. Other than that, doing trail work is this week and next week. I'm cleaning trails, marking trails, and then moving forward with projects that I have going on. Halloween party and all that stuff. So that's pretty much all I have.
Bernie, get back to you?
Nope.
No. So he
So
talked, he talked to me and the way I talked to him and I thought he had been in touch with you. But, cause he said they went over and opened the doors and we're in, whatever. So anyway,
I have not heard one.
okay, well, there's some.
I've heard
miscommunication,
nothing.
So, but I was under the impression that he was gone over and, he can't do any better than what the price you got, because he's not able to, be there buying 2 individual doors through his cost, but that was.
Oh, that's fine.
separate. Yeah,
He has, I have not heard.
okay.
So
So I think we've done our due process of our purchasing policy, and I'd move that we have Mike contact Royals and see if they'll continue with the bid. I know
What's the price?
it was around 6,200, 61 something.
yeah, whatever.
like
I
that.
don't have it off
Yeah.
the top of my head. It was whatever I gave you originally.
61 and change.
So I
Is
can
that the one
contact
that was
them tomorrow.
down from like 10,000?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Because they didn't need to do jams and
Okay.
getting into the concrete kind of
So, and
stuff.
this is what the rec committee looked at too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you? So motion's been made. Is there a second? Right. Rec committee, any words on this?
Get it done.
Okay,
So if they'll honor that bid, I'd like to go forward with it.
okay.
I will call him tomorrow.
Well,
That'll be my
let's
phone call
vote
tomorrow.
first.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Now you can call.
I will call him
Okay,
tomorrow.
very good.
Other than that, I don't have anything unless you guys have anything for me. So I can think of anything from the committee that I might have missed that we could talk about that we're not going to re-talk about.
No, because I think,
We're going to re-talk at our next committee and have more information.
yeah, and that gentleman that we talked to the other day, he talked more about where we could save money.
Mhm.
And I said to Mike afterwards, what do you think? He said, I think he's honest. I said, that's the same thing I got out of
Okay,
it.
I don't know, Bill, would you get with the vibe with them?
Very good.
good to have
This
options.
would be pretty straightforward and we saw a good plan and
We just have to come up with a plan of what we're going to do so that we know how much it would cost.
That's what your committee will help.
We will go into that committee and then into another committee,
Okay.
make another committee, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Same
So
process,
Yes.
that we did with the two fire station bill.
I
You-
would
you have
assume
a
it would be.
Fire committee, but you have a
Yes.
committee specifically assigned to this, and you probably will get some input from the public, which would be really helpful to you guys, I think.
We will, that's on the topic to discuss when we meet next week, and we will propose that to you at the next
Yeah.
meeting, and then we can refine it and go from there.
Okay.
Fair enough? Anybody else have
Sounds like
anything
a
else for
plan.
me?
I think we're all done.
All right,
Thank you
next
very
time we
much.
meet is when? The 7th?
Seventh.
Oh, we are going.
Oh,
Senior group is going up on Tuesday.
Going up.
riding up, week from today. I did get some disappointing news when I called. They decided to change the restaurant schedule at the top of the mountain. They changed it yesterday, so it won't be open when we go up, and I can't rework that with them. They are pretty set, but we are gonna try to stop at an establishment on the way down, to get them some food in them.
Sounds
But
good.
next Tuesday, we'll be up there waving and looking at leaves, so.
Yeah.
If you want to join, any of you seniors want to come join and ride the gondola, Joe, you're more than welcome
It
to.
goes up off the ground, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't sweat the little details.
But if you don't
there.
worry about the ground and just look at the air, you'll be okay.
I mean, you're standing on the ground in the car, so.
Now, let's
I
think
mean,
about this too, though. You know, you have a second floor to your house, you go on it, right?
Yeah, the same thing.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
but
something
the,
below
the
you.
walls are
artificial
there. They're
ground.
not open air.
Oh,
They're
there's-
closed. They're completely closed.
Yeah,
This is
there's
completely
glass.
closed. There's
Yeah, it's glass, there's
I-
heaters.
Moving
that-
right
no.
along.
How that saying,
Those
Mary?
aren't.
Necessarily.
this is K1 is not the new
Oh, yeah,
one.
K1's not.
It's-
The other one's the new one. Yeah, the
Could
other one.
possibly go.
So anyway, you are more than welcome to attend and join
Thank
us
you.
if you would like to. We're meeting at the East Asia parking lot at 10:30 to carpool up. Feel free to come on up and take a look from the top. of
Very
the
kind.
All right. All right. Thanks,
A
guys.
couple times.
Quickly, Dave Sears, help me out here. Thank you, Mike.
I like going up in the sky, so don't ask me.
All right, maybe you should go.
I don't
Helicopters
like
are-
anything taller than me,
helicopters are
and
my
that's,
All right. We want to start with best to worst or worst to best?
Oh, just
Doesn't
hit us
matter.
with
All
what
right.
you got.
All right, we'll start with the best. Casella is on site.
So,
They, assuming they're gonna start digging, they did some test holes yesterday to see what the soils were and everything, but the boring company is coming, not boring like blah, like the drilling company is coming, Monday. So they gotta be ready Monday to get their machine in there and get underway. So
Good.
we're moving.
Good.
They had pretty big piles of dirt there today.
Did they start digging?
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
there's,
get down there
I
this
don't know if they had a
afternoon,
trench box or was something they had there.
but- Yeah, they had a massive trench box there yesterday. They were
Yeah.
putting together. It was
Yeah.
huge.
And there wasn't much of it showing.
No?
When I went down this afternoon, this morning.
So we've been, well, let me do some other stuff. We went to that box culvert last Thursday on Prospect Hill and got started on cleaning that. We spent about 3 hours in the afternoon. We got maybe a third of it done.
oof.
Yeah, it's a pretty big job. So, A1 was gonna try to get back to us this week. I haven't heard from them yet. So as soon as we can get them for a few more hours, we'll go up and
Keep working at it.
keep working at it. So climb under there with a pressure washer and a vacuum hose and spray it and clean it up. We spent quite a bit of time last week. We're excavating and forming a pad for our liquid tanks for our salt shed, and we're moving into that frame of mind, that winter frame of mind. So, so we started working on that. We got that pretty much ready. I just got to schedule some concrete and get that going. We pulled the sander out of the Freightliner, stripped that thing basically down to nothing and started over, all new hoses and lines and getting the hydraulic motors all rebuilt and everything. So that'll be ready.
The salt, this is outdoor storage. Or
Say what?
you mentioned just going back to the
Oh.
salt.
So we got two liquid tanks.
Yep.
That we're actually gonna spray our own salt this year instead of buying treated salt. I'll get to
Mhm.
that in a second, but so the tanks are inside. They've been inside since I came here. We're moving the tanks outside.
A quick phone call to the Act 250 people.
Already did.
Great, thank you. They're good with it.
They're happy. Which
Thank you.
is an oxymoron, I know, but. Okay, then to the nuts and bolts of winter. I got an email. I opened it Monday. I probably got it on Friday. I didn't look at the date because I was trying to catch my breath, but we got our price from Cargill for salt. substantially up. They're looking for 112.50 per ton for treated.
Whoa.
Yeah. 88.75 for white salt, which is what our treated salt was last
I
year.
was gonna say, that's the price of treated.
Yeah.
$24.
Oh,
That's almost what, 20, that's a 25% increase.
feel
Hmm.
good about my $4 a ton on my contract. My stuff only went up $4.
Really? So I reached out to Appalachia, who I had a relationship with when I was in the city. They haul their material out of Albany. He gave me a ballpark price. He wasn't sure because they kind of got pushed out of Vermont by Cargill because Cargill cut their throat 4 or 5 years ago, like seriously. And so they had a hard time hauling material into Vermont. So one of his trucking contractors was actually Casella. So he was going to try to get a hold of Casella this week and see if he could work something out with them. So I haven't heard back from him what his price is going to be. He pretty much guaranteed me that it would be lower than the Cargill price. So, and he told me what his price was before I told him what the Cargill price was. So,
It
see where that all
is
plays out.
this, does the state buy it?
So there's a whole bunch of stuff this year about the state. So the state put the bid out. They get this, and this is normal practice. They put the bid out, they got it, they opened it, and then they give everybody 2 weeks to come back with their next best price. I don't understand
Oh.
it, but that's the way that it works. So everybody came back in 2 weeks with their next best price. And the state said, yeah, we don't like that. We're going to bid it again. So they just bid it again. So they're kind of jerking people around, and people are not extremely happy about it. So, I'm not sure. This is, I've been doing this a long time. I've never had a salt price in September. So
Do we take advantage of what the state does?
we do.
Okay.
You haven't really
Yes.
committed to anything yet. You're just trying to,
Right.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
But this, as far as I know, the state hasn't awarded a bid price yet
Okay.
because they just rebid it again.
Yeah.
They usually
Which I
let,
think, according to Peter from Appalachia, they opened, I believe, on Monday. I believe they opened them yesterday.
do they usually allow towns to tag on that?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's actually if you go to the
Bid. Yeah.
BGS website and you look at any of the every contract in there says it's available to schools, colleges, municipalities, towns, cities,
So
whatever.
people know what they're bidding on when they bid.
So that's the third option, but we don't know how much it is yet.
We don't know what that number is.
Right.
Cargill's price is probably pretty close to what they're bidding on the state price. I
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, that's usually what it is. Like they bid the state and then it just trickles down from there.
So you're saying this is earlier than normal?
It's earlier than normal. I've never got one in September ever.
And I think it's
You aiming
because of,
high just because
last year.
they don't know.
It
They figure, well,
it
if you
could
want it
be,
now, here's
I've
what it
heard
is, but-
there's all kinds of stuff out there, but I heard they're having problems getting, material out of they have a Pennsylvania mine. And they're having problems getting the material out of the mine for whatever reason. And they're having problems with transportation, which I know was a serious problem last year. That's why we ran into the shortages that we had here, was they couldn't get it from there to here by rail.
Yeah.
So
They
maybe
always
it's all
used to
going
ship by
south in
rail.
preparation.
that could be,
That's what happened last year.
That's what happened last year is Texas down there got snow. They take all those rail cars, send them to Texas. By the time the empty rail cars come back to the Northeast, we're hurting.
Yep. And they probably paid a lot more because they didn't have any
oh, I'm
option.
sure they did, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's not the first time it's happened.
funny,
I'm
'cause
not committed to anything yet, but I'm working on it.
I saw 3 Barrett trucks loaded with something. They were tarped, headed north in Route 7, and I was wondering, wonder if Dave's stocking up already, but I guess not.
If I can get a price, I will be, and I saw 2 Barrett trucks going up Route 4 one day last week, Wednesday or Thursday. They're headed up towards Mendon.
Do they, now they used to, who stockpiled stuff in the rail yard or down in there? Was that Barrett?
That's Barrett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do they still occupy that space?
They
or-
put up that building. I
They
don't know
put
if
up
you've
a
seen it.
bigger
They got
shed.
they got that tent out there that's ginormous.
So,
They offload, they have a conveyor that offloads from a rail car right into that.
so when we get
Building.
salt, does it come from there?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good. So I mean, that's just kind of the way this sometimes works with a company that you said they kind of did better for a while, and then they got only one company in Vermont, and this is usually what happens,
This
is
is
it-
exactly what happens.
right, when you don't have any competition. Yeah,
Yep.
so,
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
haven't talked to American because this is September. I'm not in salt mode yet, but the last time I talked to American, they haul out of Whitehall. And the last time I talked to them, they didn't want anything to do with municipalities. They would haul to the state, but they wouldn't haul to a municipality at all. So I don't know if they've changed their
Yeah, their
business
pile,
model a lot.
their pile's not that big over there.
Well, and the last I ordered,
that where you
this was
going?
probably 8 years ago, I ordered
Well, Albany.
4 loads and they brought them and they poured them out of the trucks.
Yeah,
We like, no, back on the, take that,
yeah, it was
take that
wet.
stuff away. It's wet, wet,
Pulled
wet.
some out of there like
way
3
wet.
winters ago. It was junk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
That's all I got.
well, thanks for the salt hunt. Let us know.
I will keep you in the loop.
Highway Committee, anything we need to,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
It goes from, I don't know what you want, but the estimated cost of Groton Road box culvert's $500,000. The grant award is 200,000, because that's the grant, that's the max they do,
Yeah,
which we have accepted. We had
Yep.
basically
Yep.
accepted it.
Done.
So our dilemma is, how do we come up with the rest? We kicked around some ideas that we can use some of the, we usually keep some money in Dave's carryover in there, which would mean we could do that, and the remainder would be in the under culverts in the budget, I guess. Put 150,000 out of the carryover and 150,000 in the budget. That's probably the best way to handle it. I don't know what else.
Putting it in the budget for next.
Yeah.
So this fall, when we do the budget, we add what we
50.
consider to be our portion, about 150.
okay.
And then, that's, I don't know. The estimate on the sewer line was really, really close to what the bid was. So I don't think that we're gonna see much less on this. We did talk about when this goes out to bid, and Dave was gonna talk to Robert Clark about this, is if we purchase the box culvert ourselves and do the bid as asking a contractor to install a town-owned culvert,
Mhm.
box culvert, we'd probably save some money on that, because anybody buying it is going to mark it up some. So
Yeah.
now, I don't know how, I think most of the companies we do business with will probably treat us okay, but their construction costs might be a little more because they're not getting, but I don't know. But that's what we're thinking. And once we get some feedback from what Robert thinks is a good way to go.
I take it the Stratton Road culvert replacement is not optional?
Well,
Kick the
it-
can down the road as long as you want to.
yeah,
It's got a dip in it already.
it's in, when they did the inspection, the bottom's gone, and then it's
Oh,
gonna start
okay.
to curl in, and then, I mean, I don't know if it's a catastrophic failure, but it could be. I guess you could. go
At some point it will be, if you go down there and look at it, where the, kind of like where the water line is, where the rust line is on the culvert, where like the high water line is, there's a couple holes in it that are basketball size or a little bigger with rocks coming through them. So,
It's
it's
not-
it's eventually gonna start.
The frost is what's gonna really.
Yeah, it's
drive the
eventually
thing.
gonna let the.
Was that a round culvert or an oval?
It's an oval squashed.
So it's already, so when you do an oval one, they're already starting to squash.
Yeah.
That's my,
Yeah.
because of the design. So once the sides and the bottom go, it's just gonna go,
Yeah.
so, and there'll be a
So
really
you
big
can't
speed
tell how
bump.
much it's squashed because it's already
It's
squashed.
already, to start
Well,
with.
you can tell in the asphalt.
Yeah.
And when you drive across it, you feel a little dip in it already.
So,
Alrighty, and it says the committee recommended accepting the grant, putting the project out to bid, and determining how best to move forward. So did we accept the grant already as the
Yes.
select board?
yeah. Well, we have, but I think Dave responded that we might have gone ahead too quickly, but maybe not.
Might have done. Do you want a remedial motion?
We could,
Okay,
so move.
motion is
To
made
accept-
to accept the
Grant.
$200,000 grant for the Stratton Road culvert.
Second.
And motion seconded. Any discussion?
We might have,
Late.
we might have done it.
We might have, but let's
Because we
stick
got
it
that,
in.
we got grant approval back in
Yeah, May.
Yeah,
May. Yeah.
All
yeah,
right,
so.
well,
you know,
just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor of the motion to accept the grant, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0 if we need to, right?
And I did reach out to Robert. He's going to peel the culvert out of there and get a bid doc together for us.
Great, thank you.
And then, I mean, you can, because he will design, so the culvert will be designed, and then we
Right.
can put
It's
those.
already designed, it's already
Yeah,
ready.
so we can send those to a couple of places, there's a couple of manufacturers, right?
Yep.
I think that, I don't know the lead time on this, so I guess we gotta, you probably can't order it before March.
Yeah.
Realistically, because we should have the approval of the monies before we decide to spend them.
Oh, I
That-
see what you're saying, yes.
That usually works better. Cause I mean,
I mean, we got, if we have to, we got almost all of it in carryover.
yeah, I'm just trying to think,
Could
I
also
don't,
do a split thing if we
I
had
don't want to, I don't wanna find out that if we wait till March and they say, oh yeah, you're not gonna see that, you know, we miss our window of opportunity, because there's a certain time you can work in that
July
stream.
to October.
It's
Yeah.
July 1st, October 1st.
Yeah, so that's a pretty narrow window that we'll need to get somebody in there. So maybe Dave, if you reached out to these companies right now and just ask them a lead time on a box, 'cause just to give you, so, you know, if this becomes urgent, then we'll figure out something. You know,
Yeah, I can do that.
and,
Okay.
and then the one other thing that we did talk a little bit about was the, idea of, we will still want to purchase an excavator for the town and trailer, so historically, that's when new purchases usually are at voter approval, so.
They are?
Well, when the fire department wanted a additional truck, or when the highway, we kind of went around it the last time and we
We
used
did.
capital improvement
Yes, we
money.
did.
And I was okay with that, but a lot of times when we increase the fleet, we could put it out for voter approval to approve this piece of equipment, so I think we need to talk about that as we do budgets.
Okay.
And as we get closer to the deadlines for ballot items. You know, I don't know, the price we had last year is probably close, but I think we'll have to revisit that for the same machine and
What
trailer.
was it last year?
About 147 to buy a machine and
Thinking
trailer,
150.
you know, and based on Dave's current rental practices, that amount of money will be spent in just over 6 seasons. You know, because we spent about that. So the benefits are there for a 20-year machine, so we should be, that's the long term of it, but we'll have to decide the best. You know, we originally were going to use the carryover money, then we put that into the East Pittsford Road project, and so we need to just decide. Cause I'd like to get started on not renting a piece of equipment at 20,000-25,000 every
Do
year.
we have a schedule, an equipment replacement schedule?
I think
the
Dave's been
highway
working on it. We started with the trucks and then the replacement of the first one this year.
Right.
Yeah.
So we should, I mean, we made the police department do that. We just made Mike do it.
Yeah.
We make the fire department. You did the fire
I
department.
did the fire department, so, you know, you can base 7 to 8 years on a piece of apparatus, on a fire, plow trucks live the worst life of anybody. You know, we can get 24 years out of a fire truck. They're not getting 24
No,
years out of a plow truck. What's it, about 7, 8 is,
Yeah, you start getting above that and it starts to nickel and dime you to death. And once
Yeah.
you get above 10, then it just starts to eat you.
you know, so
Well, what was the buyback through Patriot?
Oh, you had to ask me that.
Is that 5 or 7?
It was 7.
7.
Yeah.
So that's our replacement schedule, because you're not gonna get a better deal than that.
yeah. And the 3 big trucks, the 3 plow, those are the ones that hurt. You know, when when you can, the 550 hurts enough, but man, 280,000 for a plow truck is staggering.
Yes.
Well, let's see what else we need to buy.
Yeah.
Get the whole
Yeah.
schedule in, so we'll know. And we can coordinate all of the departments. Wouldn't that be something?
How old is the Western Star?
16. 2016,
So 9.
9 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then the Freightliner would be
2012.
12. Yeah, so you gotta figure out, you're doing one this year. It would be nice if you could space them a couple of years apart, but
Yeah.
theoretic, try to get 2 years, so.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Just what goes into depreciation isn't enough to buy a truck every
Well, you get
3 or
hit
4
3 years in a row and then
Right.
you have nothing, so.
Right.
Figure maybe we could shoot for trying to get them 9 and go every 3 years. That would be pushing it a little, but that would be,
You gotta look at your buyback pricing too, though.
yeah.
Cause if you're gonna forfeit the buyback and then what you'd take for a hit and trade in, and
I mean,
there's math to be had.
they're giving us back you're getting almost as much for the Kenworth as you paid for it.
Almost, yeah.
And we got a couple of years out of it, and with any luck, it'll be okay this year.
You look.
I mean, they're machines,
Okay,
so, okay,
let's
very good, thank you.
see what that looks like then, budget time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. Larry, no? Marcia Chioffi.
I am here.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Love to see this rain. We need a little bit more.
Yes.
My vegetables on my garden
Oh.
are in dire need of some water, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I hate to pick them yet, even though we had a frost the other night. We were lucky we didn't get hit. I think it's because we were sheltered by all the trees. But anyway, just to bring you up to date, Kathy is in data collection classes today and tomorrow, all day, and next week on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And that has been a really, really fun classes that we took last year. You actually go to 2 homes and you do your data collection after your classroom instructions. So that's happening now. Let's see, mapping. Marie and I finished verifying all the mapping changes with Don Butson at CAI. Finished those up today, so I anticipate we should be getting our new tax maps in probably within a couple of weeks, hopefully. Let's see, what else have I got here? You have on your desk a errors and omissions form that was filled out. And I just wanted
I
to
have,
give you a,
yeah,
what?
I do have it, Marcia. I don't
Yeah.
think other folks have it. Okay,
No,
and
I just sent the main one
It's
to
in-
you. Yeah.
okay,
I'll
it's
give you a little background.
Good
of what-
news is, well, okay, the good news is, before we get into the explanation, is it's just moving the same amount of value from personal property to real property. So
Correct.
there's no, we're not dinging it. But when I first looked at it, it was a $4 million transfer. And I was looking for the other part, and there it is. Okay, so
It's
Go
$4
ahead,
million
Marcia.
to the good. Yeah, so we had a meeting with Christy Wright last week to go over several items, and she came in waving her paperwork saying, boy, have I got good news for you guys tonight. So we looked at that, and apparently PVR and oh gosh, was it Brian Fogg, who is the utility appraiser, took another look at the communications portion of the utilities. Some of the communications stayed with the Velco as personal property, but others, because they're located in all of the Velco substations, were handed back to us to the tune of, $4,049,606. So we decreased the amount in the business personal property. And I did have some here, which the tax bill will go down by about $11,079.69, but that's going to be offset by what we're going to be getting on the non-homestead rate for the real property based on the $4 million. So
Okay.
that was great news for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of the
So let's see if we can get a motion to approve this transfer, and we all have to sign it so I can get that going. Is there a motion?
Move to
So-
approve.
Move to approve by Kurt, seconded by Sharon. This is to transfer the $4 million in value from personal to real property as explained. Any discussion or questions? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0, and I'm
Good.
gonna start
Thank you.
circulating this.
let's see, other than that, I think that's about all. We did several site visits, Marie and I did this week on properties that submitted building informational building permits. And we're starting to do those that were completed after the April 1st, 2025 date. So we're trying to jump ahead of ourselves to get as far ahead as we can before, having to go out and do full new builds, which won't be done until closer to April 1st of next year. So.
Okay.
But
Any questions for Marcia or our listers?
We talked. There was something
Um,
today when we had that meeting. I can't remember what it was we wanted to ask.
Oh, the sidewalk, that one parcel.
yeah.
Yeah. How are we gonna do that? So Marcia, there's a property on Route 7 that in the area of the shared use path that there's rumors gonna be supposed to be going out for sale. And we're wondering how we could mark the easement map in the land records, so when somebody comes and does a title search, they'll at least be notified that the sidewalk's gonna be going through there. It's not,
is
it's all
there
within
an
state
easement
right
in
away.
place?
No, I don't even think we're gonna necessarily need an easement for the property. It was more just to notify, because it's in the state right away where the
Okay.
sidewalk's gonna be, but it's gonna impact the property a good amount. It's the appliance store there.
The town could record like a one pager
Yeah.
in the land
Just
records.
something to let a
But
new
you
owner
gotta
know that
figure
this
out-
is in the works.
Right, you
Yeah.
gotta name the
Yeah.
property owner
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
we can,
put it in, that would flag it for any searcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We can
Bill
take a
Bill
look at
has
the,
that sheet.
tax map and figure out which property it is. And then go from there. Something has to be, identified as that sidewalk going through there.
Yeah, it's mostly just to notify them if, at time of sale.
We
So-
did that years ago when we were talking alternate routes for the old Route 4 bypass. Remember those
Yep.
discussions?
Yep.
And I flagged it once in a title search. Caused
Yeah.
all kinds of interest, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
ways of flagging those accounts
Yes.
to
Yeah.
make sure that people know what's going on. Yep.
We'll have Bill bring you that piece out of the packet then.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Yep.
Easy
Yeah,
enough.
and we did have to do a couple of E911 with Bill on the solar project on 7 because there is a parcel of land that still will belong to John Thomas. Unfortunately, that all happened after April 1st of this year, so those changes will not appear on any of the tax maps until the 26th tax map year.
Okay.
So.
All right. Any other questions for Marcia? If not, thank you very much, Marcia.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All righty.
Thank
Good
you.
evening. All right, Chris Clark, Town Fire Chief.
Good evening.
Hi, Chris.
Not a lot to report tonight. A couple things. Ed Eaton came and serviced our trucks for the pumps on the trucks. One of them had a problem with the primer, so he's coming back to fix that either this week or next week. He's coming back next month to do the pump testing. And we talked to Mr. Levins. He was nice enough to let us cut the tree down where the flagpole's going. So that's all done. Thanks to Dave and the crew. And also want to thank Dave and the crew, all four of them, for helping us get the new Cascade system into the station. It's all wired up, and Reynolds is coming tomorrow to do the initial startup. So then teach us how to use it, and we'll be ready to go.
Good.
Don't tell us that it requires some special new internet connection.
I hope not.
Chris, we should look ahead and plan a fire committee meeting sometime. And we need to also start talking budget, so. But it's, October is coming up. Just a heads up, is it usual that you would be available most afternoons after 4?
Yes, I can be there
Okay.
4 o'clock or after.
Okay. All right, thanks. Any questions for our town fire chief?
Not a question. Chris, Dave's tentative schedule for the cement work is Thursday, but I think if it rains cats and dogs, he might not want to pour in the rain. So I'll let you know what he finally comes up with. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So a question for Chris and our fire warden, Joe. Are we we're all part of the statewide no
As of-
open burning
As of yesterday at noon, open burning in Vermont has been banned
anywhere.
anywhere.
Okay. So no, what does that limit? No campfires? No.
I believe,
No fires in my stone circle.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think the backyard little barbecue fire circle sitting out, I'm not as concerned with. It's more the open burning brush piles and stuff.
Okay,
that are the-
leaves, because that
leave-
people are tempted this time of year.
Yeah, and prior to this, for probably the last 4 to 6 weeks, myself, Chris and Mike Carlson, we've only been issuing permits on rainy days.
Okay.
So I expected my phone to ring today. And it didn't, so I think people catch on really, and the number of requests for permits in the last 2 months has been, I think I might have had 3.
Yeah.
People are very good, very aware of what's going on, which is the good. My question is, when they finally notified me yesterday, was like, so what took so long?
Yeah.
But, it could be, last year it was the same thing about this time of year. They banned open burning and they did it. The first time was for 3 weeks. This time it's indefinite. So
Okay.
there's no expiration date.
Okay.
So that's where I had, and I got a hold of Bill and Bill posted it on the website. So
Okay,
it's out
good.
there.
Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions for Chris Clark, our town fire chief? A reminder to anyone who hasn't signed the approval for the firefighter. I think that's sitting over in Kari's office. I don't think we've all done, I have signed it.
I did.
Okay. So just a
We have
reminder,
it.
we need to do
Did we
that.
have it at the meeting last, when we approved it or no?
We did not have it at the
We
meeting,
didn't.
and I
We
think
approved
it's
it.
sitting over there, but I can't get into, I don't want to get into her office.
Right.
So. Okay,
Both here, it's Tuesday then.
yeah, so do try and remember next time you're passing by or stopping next door for coffee, stop in. Okay, so thank you, Chris, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kari Clark, Town Clerk and Treasurer.
Hi there.
Hi.
Okay, so I'll go quickly through my list of things. So it looks like for the first installment of taxes, we've collected roughly 96% of what we needed. And that equals out to, for the first installment, we are still waiting for about $200,000 in taxes, that's still left out there. I mention this because tonight, your orders in front of you, if you haven't noticed, they're
Oh,
pretty
we
hefty.
did.
Yeah, they're pretty hefty. There's several hefty things in there that made it that way. The biggest one is our check to the school from the taxes, which we all know that our taxes are pretty much all of the school money usually. And so that check was a little over $3.2 million that's going to the school. Some other hefty things in there were like the Tahoe and the Cascade system, although they were offset by other things, they're still in there, making it larger. Again, I say this because we had to make sure that we had enough in the bank account to pay this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that's funded by our taxes that come in. And while we have
We
enough,
also have our first installment for our public safety building bond. Did that include the bond for center, whatever we're still paying on that, as
Yes.
well as the payment for McKinley?
yes, it's both of those. Excuse me, and it totaled to around
It's both.
$300,000. So,
Yeah, okay.
with that,
393.
what?
Okay, Kurt's looking at it now. It's 393.
393.
Yeah. So what I really wanted to get out there is, while we have enough to pay these orders in the bank account, we are roughly leaving about 1.4 million in there until January 10th. So, just, I guess my advice is to, spread out some spending. I mean, that's gonna get us through. It usually does, but I don't know what kind of big purchases are coming down the pike. So just keep that in mind, that January 10th, when we get our next taxes, I mean, 1.4, it's gotta last us until then. So that was my first big thing that I wanted to put out there.
Does that include
Question.
our cash to open as well,
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
so we don't need to be
everything in our
decreasing that
checking
anymore.
account.
That was part of the question, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to be decreasing that money anymore.
That's right. That's right. So kind of putting that aside, my list of things, just real quickly, I am going to just say thank you to Louis Malazio. He took time out of his day after I asked him to. He is the finance guy for the school district. And it's not just our school district. He does, I think, 7 other schools. He took some time out the other day and came over at my request to talk about the money that we a raise for taxes for the school, and at the same time, what we send to the state. So how it all kind of comes together and how it relates to our grand list and the state income sensitivity money that the state gives us. So essentially, he went over with me what you guys have known for years about Act 68. I believe that's what it is. But I just wanted to say thank you to him. He was a wealth of information. So he is expecting that check for the school. And we verified the numbers. And right now, it looks like we don't pay the state the money like we have in years past, but that could change because it does fluctuate a few times during the year. But right now, it doesn't look like we owe them this year.
Okay.
So let's see. The other things on here on my list are, as I was doing the orders, I put in the recipients to the scholarships. But this is a reminder that we can only do that if we have your invoice from your school for your semester. So I am missing 2 out of the list to pay them for this first time. I did remind one of them, and this is the reminder to any other person that needs to do that. And then again, we request the invoice again for January for that last installment of their scholarships. Mary and Matt, I've already sent you an email and we can talk about it, but I'm just putting it out there that among all the committee meetings, I would also like a finance personnel committee meeting before we go into budget season, which is pretty quickly. I have some things to discuss to make sure that I do things properly like everyone else. And I will.
Yeah, I responded, Kari, I responded to your email and I put some proposed dates out there and also asked for agenda items, so.
Yep, perfect. I will respond to that tomorrow.
Maybe?
So as a building, we kind of talked about the budget meetings coming up and the status of our audit and the status of therefore the budget sheets that are going to be needed for those committee meetings. Our audit is just kind of it's done, it's complete for the most part. They are waiting on a report that the state needs to issue to us. And they're taking kind of forever. Not the audit people, the state. The report is not available yet, and we check almost daily. And once they get that, they can complete the write-up. Alternatively, Sharon Lewis, she's part of the audit team, told me that they have a plan B if that report doesn't get finished quickly enough. They'll figure out what to do so that they can report out to us. I do believe that with it complete like that, I could potentially get the budget sheets done and ready for us soon, but I do want to just talk with her before I do that. But those are on my to-do list, so know that that is coming and it's it'll get done.
So, Kari, thanks. Matt has a question.
Yep.
So for purposes of scheduling this committee meeting, is it the intention to meet with the auditors for that one, or do we need to meet before that?
I don't need the auditors for a quick meeting with you guys. We could do 2 separate
Okay.
ones and wait for
Well,
the
let me,
auditors
well,
for the next ones.
let me put it differently then. Can we wait and combine them? Because my schedule is going to be absolutely out of control to about mid-October. So if we can just do one meeting, that's probably going to be better for me. But if we need to do more than one, then we'll figure it out. But I just was wondering.
It's a good question. I would like to say we could combine it, but I do have something that's on the burner that can't wait. So within the next couple of weeks, I'd love to meet. I know that's not ideal, but this year I'm going into budget season with a couple of ideas, so I want to make sure that that happens. And then let's see, finance committee. Oh, and then the last thing is the building, the users that use NIMRIC. We migrated to the cloud on Friday. Before that, we were using modules that were available on our server. And migrating to the cloud does a couple of things. A lot of towns do this already. So it's been a couple of days that we've been on the cloud. It's been working better today, I'm going to say. But it does a couple of things. It increases security. There's lots of things in place for that. And I do believe it has it helps with our server, I guess. But that's a Bill kind of thing. He understands that a little bit better. Because I know that's on the list for this year. So far, so good. Just wanted to let you know that that is going to save us money in the long run because some of us have access to work from home that we won't need to pay for in addition to being on the cloud, because that's what the cloud allows us to do, is access the modules from anywhere. So just wanted to let you know, and that was the end of my list.
Okay. Questions for Kari? Doesn't look like it. No, thanks very much, Kari. Appreciate it. And we'll see what we can set up for a meeting, or looking ahead, maybe other meetings
Sure,
as well.
not a problem.
Okay, have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks. Let's see, going through the list, Mike Delehanty. No, Mike. Joe Denardo, Public Safety Building Clerk.
So nothing new. I'm still waiting to hear back from Vic on the foyer stuff. They were hoping that it would rain so that he could figure out if there was an issue with moisture getting in there. And of course, we've had several weeks with very little, so I don't, if we get a bunch of rain Thursday, like, so I expect to hear from them. If there's
And
any
this
issue.
is all under the warranty,
Yes,
so.
anything now is warranty work.
Okay.
The only other thing is, depending on Dave's schedule, will be the concrete pouring for the flagpole.
Okay.
If it's rain, like I say, if it's raining, they probably won't do that on Thursday, but he's getting ready.
All righty. Any questions for our Public Safety Building Clerk? No. All right. Is JP on?
No JP and no Barbara.
No JP, no Barbara, which brings us down to Bill Sweet, Town Administrator.
Evening.
Good evening.
Not much, actually. You have on your desks a couple different maps. Today was the opportunity for people, residents of Heather Lane, to come in and discuss the pending name change to their neighborhood. I have talked to and received emails from this might probably pretty much everybody on that street, and the predominant preference from them is Crossman Drive Extension. There are so on that map that has all the yellow buildings on there is the one that I'm looking at. There are so Tyler from the state did a quick audit of the street, and there's a couple that are off, like 161 is off by 20. That's kind of a lot. But we wouldn't necessarily have to change any numbers. But he gave us that audit as the opportunity to look at how we are, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
So there's no real need to change anything if we don't want to. The only one he really recommended would be the 161 to 141, but other than that, everything's in. And the one across the street, those two were off a little bit more than others, but
I'm inclined not to.
Yeah.
But
so my thought was we would just change the name and have those flagged for property transactions and do them at that point when, like we have others, so.
If folks were going out and getting new labels and new things.
It's a
it
different,
isn't gonna
it's a
cost any more
different,
to
it's a
put the
different
number that
address.
goes with it.
Right, it's a different address anyway, so it's
different
it's
address,
not,
so if
it's
you were
not gonna
gonna get-
be.
Except they have to remember a different number, and that's,
Yeah, I understand
Yeah,
that, but you
They
don't,
gotta change their mailboxes and
you know, you have.
change their house numbers and.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
The
I
house
mean,
number, the house number will be different. There are no sequencing issues, so there's no bad
no
violations.
odd even.
Yeah.
So if we gave them the option,
I think,
would that screw up the plan?
Mhm.
no, no,
So
changing the
it's-
number was.
So let's say the people that live at 62 wanted, the right number should be 76.
Well, so they have a harsher driveway, so it could be either. So
Okay.
but if, the
Okay.
62 is right for that one. That one's
okay.
fine.
So the ones that are 20 off, if they want to
Yeah,
change them,
yeah.
it doesn't, if one person changes to the correct number, it's not going to mess up.
Nope, it's not gonna
Everybody
change the
else.
sequence.
Okay.
So, no. So I can, when I send out, what my thought was tonight, if you want to do that, then, I would send out another round of letters to them saying, come talk to us. We could pick an October date and say we want to decide this on October 7th or the 21st.
Why can't we decide it
You
tonight?
certainly can.
Actually, if 161 changed to 141, it would throw the sequence off. If 154 didn't change to 134,
Yes,
It would.
Yeah.
Yep.
they would both have to change.
it would both have
Yes,
to
yeah, the
change.
changes would have to be both or neither.
Yeah,
I would
So-
like to, since these folks have actually been pretty cooperative about this, we ought to give them the option if they want to all change their numbers to what 911 says they should be, or because it's either all or none. I think if they
Yeah.
get together, so if they come in and we can discuss it.
So you want to hold off on making final decision and.
I think we.
The
Uh,
effective date would not be till January anyway, so
Okay.
it's not going to have any,
About the first of the year, wasn't it?
well, it would be after the first of the year, so we can, it's a we pick a date and do it, so, yeah. And one of the people actually came in to talk to me about it. She asked, why is it us, not them? So we went over all that and she was
Yeah.
very understanding about it afterwards. And she's like, more often, my mail ends up in Mendon than anything. So I said, so
We're
she's
trying to help.
there, but really, there's really been very, very little opposition to this, if any. So it's been very good. So,
So if you're gonna send out a letter.
yeah.
Could you send this with it?
Yes, I actually made copies tonight, assuming they'd be showing up, and nobody did,
Okay.
but I think it definitely sounds like from the emails that I've gotten that the neighbors have been talking to each other, so
Good,
it was
okay.
great. So I think this went about, compared to some other ones we've gone through, this was very, they were in favor of it, so they knew it needed to happen.
Yeah.
You're inconvenienced.
Yes,
It becomes much more of an issue
Yeah.
than when you're not
Yes.
inconvenienced.
yes.
And so this is striking home here.
The other one
Okay.
is a little different. There was a resident who added a new structure which needed an address, which needed a number. And when we did that, the coordinator and I realized that 22 and 84 violate the odd even rule. They're on the left and they're even numbers. So
Where's the other ones?
So we gotta have an 83 and a 21.
well, that would, we didn't do the, it would probably be, because that's about right. It's not gonna, yeah, but it would be an odd number versus even number.
And when we just.
I struggle with this one because this is, this one is, there's only left-hand driveways.
So they all gotta be odds.
Yeah,
Cause when we discussed the issue up in
Rover
Overdrive,
Drive.
that was what we said, is that they have to be in sequence.
yes.
And they have to meet the
Odd
odd
even,
even.
yeah.
Yes.
So
And the odd even is one of the,
state's bigger.
that's one of the triggers, yeah.
So a couple of people gonna have to get a letter.
Yep.
And explain to them that due to no fault of their own,
Yep.
their addresses are wrong.
Yep.
And it's not
Yep.
a whole lot, but it is different.
It's not.
At least the name's not changing.
We'll check the numbers, but it's probably gonna be, it's probably gonna be, like you said, it's either gonna be 21 or 23 or
Oh,
83 or
okay.
85. So
Just
But
waiting for the right side.
there's enough
Keep your-
land on the other side of the road that could potentially be developed down the road, which would lead to a problem then. So it's either it's a now or then problem. So yeah. So I will work up a letter and start that conversation. Then the only other thing I have is in your packet, number 1 is a certificate of adoption for our local hazard mitigation plan. The state came back with some very minor comments, and which they were of very little substance. It was referencing documents, and we made the updates in it back, and they're like, yeah, very good. So this is a document that will officially adopt our plan.
Is there a motion? And notice that there's only one signature.
There
To
is.
approve and authorize the chair to sign.
Motion's made. Is there a second?
Second.
Matt seconds. Discussion?
What are we supposed to do with the test by? Is that supposed to be somebody else or is that Mary?
That
printing
needs, there
again?
is a
So
witness
she's
signature,
printed
yes.
above.
So somebody gets to be a witness.
Matt can be.
That's-
moved.
That's perfect.
Well, no, actually, the clerk should
I
be.
can't witness. See it.
Clerk should be.
Whatever you want. Have
Um,
Chief Dumas do it.
all in favor of adopting our local hazard mitigation plan, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. I'm signing. Five in favor and 0 against and 0 abstaining.
They're very
Okay.
specific.
Test by,
It says print name. Am I supposed to print my name or sign my name?
why don't you do
Print
both?
your-
just
yeah,
to-
you can do both, it's fine.
It's a big line.
It's a big line.
When in doubt, do both.
And that was everything I had for tonight.
Okay.
This don't work at all. Placed.
Did Matt ever tell you how he came to hurt his arm? No, perhaps that should be. All right. So under action items, we just did the hazard mitigation adoption form. There is our project list.
Which no longer has a public safety building on it.
Wow. Okay. We might want to keep that in mind as we're starting our budgeting process. Yeah. All right. And committee meeting reports, we've heard from both highway and recreation. Anything else that either committee wants to let us know about?
We had our public information meeting for the shared use path for the landowners,
Yes.
and nobody showed up.
Oh, well, you were here.
Well, yeah.
None of the landowners.
None of the landowners showed up.
Shut up. Okay.
Yep.
That prompted the discussion of getting something in the land record so title searchers would know. It's
Yeah,
being talked about.
that one property is gonna be the most affected.
That's the one right on the corner.
Yeah, it's the appliance store, and they're not. The entire project's in the state right away, but it's going to affect how the business can operate and the amount of parking they have.
Going to look a lot different.
It's gonna look a lot
Okay,
different.
all right,
you-
so they definitely
You
should.
drive by that property and you look where they paved the driveway, there's a seam where the old pavement is toward Route 7. I think they know where the right of way is.
Pretty
Because
close.
that line is like right there.
Awfully.
And there's
coincidental.
Within a foot or so.
Yeah, and there's gonna end up being a slope and, I mean, and we never
Curb
noticed
there.
a curve there. But if you look at that property, the bank comes off of Route 7, there's curbing along the bottom of that bank at the parking lot level.
I
So,
think it's really important to get that. You put it in the land records. If you give it to Marcia, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it definitely should be in the land.
I
records,
figured,
'cause
yeah,
that's-
and I thought you'd know how to do this.
And
Cause
it
it's good to
should
flag that.
probably be indexed under, how many property owners are there?
6 or 7.
Okay, all of them should be named.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt to put one. I mean, it's right in the packet that that being put together for us. It's not a huge parcel,
Okay.
especially since this is a 2-year dragged out
Mhm.
thing. So
Yes.
Construction is looking at 27.
All right. So we definitely want to,
And,
as other properties could transfer as well. And we don't need any more surprises like we had
Trying-
up on Town Line
that's what I
Road.
want to avoid.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Thank you.
The other, so I'm trying to think of some other points. So one of the things we are doing is Stephanie's gonna put together some information and we're going to send that out. There will be a meeting we scheduled for the October 15th. I think that's a public meeting on this, which is open to the public. We've already had
A
one.
general public meeting, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
general public, and it'll be here at 6. It was funny, the first one we had, I think there were more people from the public than landowners at that meeting that were very
Yeah, I think I
encouraged
came to
about
that.
this.
Yeah.
Our request for extending the road diet past McKinley Avenue, basically is met favorably with the state, except they want it done on the next paving cycle, which doesn't meet our, timeline, so as a town, we're gonna have to reach out to V-Trans or the paper and tell them that, that's not acceptable. Because the hazard for somebody actually riding a bike down this bike path and then being dumped into a
Yes.
lane of traffic is highly
Which
dangerous.
is the whole point of why we're doing this. Yeah.
So they didn't, so the option is to black out or paint over what's there and redo it. They didn't say they wouldn't, but I don't think that's at the top of their list. So one of the things I was thinking, and maybe we'll have some time to research this. I've been under the impression that the city got some funding toward what they did the last couple of years toward paving and that work. That maybe if we wanted to extend that road diet, that extra half or 3/3 of a mile there, that maybe we could find some funding. I was telling Kurt, I think that if we offered to pay for the pavement, so they do it, the state would probably jump at it, but I don't think we can afford to paint 4 lanes, down. So we need to look at some, but those are some things that we need to look at.
Yeah, so we're almost breaking it off from the shared use path, so we can keep moving forward with that.
Right.
And then we're gonna try to approach it from the select board level.
To
To
encourage the state to
V-Trans.
allow us to
Gotcha.
get that redone, so it happens at the same time the sidewalk.
It
gets
might
done.
have a little bit more power coming from a select board too than rather just an engineering firm.
Okay.
So
We should be using the Regional Planning Commission to help us
yeah,
with
Oh,
that too.
that's
'cause
true.
They'll be very good with that.
yeah.
The,
So the
Paving.
commission itself, so we can get a vote from our rep, Jim,
We should, yes, the Regional Board
and a vote from the
Commissioners,
select board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
the
great.
Regional Board of Commissioners and the Transportation Council, like,
Yep.
the more the better, so, yeah.
Yep.
and that
Okay.
road is probably not scheduled to be, if they do a 15-year cycle, you're looking at like 2034. It was
Yeah.
done in 19, they said the last time, so it's already got 6 years under its belt.
They should be able to repaint it and black them out and it'll be fine.
It's done before, but.
Sure.
And then a subject that we've been talking about, the water distribution and stuff. Stephanie is working on a project. And she is, interested in information on our fire districts in town. So she would like us to do, because I think she's been approached by some of the fire districts, so we're trying to do this in a uniform manner rather than a piecemeal. She's not ready to tell us everything, but she would like access to information as to, I think, contact people,
Yeah.
what's going, because she's,
Actually, that's really good because the regional commission does include all of the fire districts.
yeah, and
So-
I
Good.
got a sense that this might get some help in that planning what to do. So if the board's okay, we'd have to, I guess Bill would be the person, whoever to authorize to pass on this information, or however we do this.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
all
what she said,
public
wasn't it?
they're all officials for the
But
fire
I think it
district,
was-
so.
Making sure we got everybody, but there's that whole group up on Matt's neighborhood up there,
Yeah.
that's.
That gang up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you follow up with the?
So we expressed a lot
I
of
haven't heard back
interest
from them
and
yet.
she's working.
Good,
Yeah.
She'll get back.
I have
to us
not,
at
but
some point.
okay,
Yeah,
will.
so,
good.
anyway.
We might be able to pull this off after all.
But it's funny how that kind of
someday.
came up, you know, when-
Someday.
what we were discussing, but this kind of came up and it's
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
oh, this was kind of good news. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I don't think we missed anything else on the
Right.
sidewalk. I think that's-
Rec, you had a meeting. I think you covered most of it with Mike here. Anything else?
No, I liked the gentleman that we dealt with there.
Yeah,
He was very honest. I mean, you just felt comfortable dealing with him. It wasn't like, listen, keep listening to make sure.
yeah. Okay. Projects moving along, or maybe potential projects moving along. All right, good enough.
Did you get a chance?
Yeah, he's gonna call me when he has a minute. Okay. It's on
So we've done the committee reports. Anything else we need
That's
to?
just something to think.
Just looking in the green
Yeah.
folder.
He's probably busy. It's construction season.
Yeah.
We'll have signed, or not.
He picked up a bunch of.
Yep, those are all signed. These are signed.
They're building everyone.
Let's go here,
Projects goes.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is where somebody makes,
Move to adjourn.
thank you. Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Thank you for your kind
5
cooperation.
to 0.